Hey guys, good morning and happy Tuesday. Welcome to AskSpot Office Hours live help sessions. This is where you can ask your quick question regarding AskSpot and get live help. And on these calls, we also do live builds to show you how different AskSpot tools can work in real use cases. So if you've got like any questions regarding what you're building in AskSpot, feel free to, type in your question, or you can even unmute your mic if you want. And as you've seen on my school post, in this video or on this live help session, we'll be focusing on using the collection feature inside AskSpot. Um, so just a quick context before we jump in. These are actually a few AI agents that I already have inside my AskSpot account that we built from our like past sessions. So if you've been like importing these tools into your account, you should have them on your account also. They are like bots like SOP assistant, training bots, hiring screener, IntelliForm. So those were the things that I built for internal team use, right? And but instead of just keeping them as a separate tool, I group them into a collection. And what's cool about that is it turns a bunch of like individual agents or bots into something that you can actually show to a client as a system. So instead of saying, hey, here's a chatbot, and then hey, here's another one, this one's for hiring, hey, here's another one for SOP, you can just simply say, here's a full internal operation setup powered by AI using collections. And there's a lot more features that you can like utilize when you like use collections inside AskSpot. And then I'll walk you through how I will build a collection and how simple it is to, to turn your chatbots into a group of AI helpers. So let's just go inside my AskSpot account, and then that will be under here, under the collections on the left part of your screen. You should have this after the template library. Now, as you can see, you can just simply click on the plus icon, and then let's just name this the AI internal ops toolkit. You need to upgrade your plan before you can create any more collections. So I don't have an unlimited plan, so let's just delete this and then click the plus and then create. Okay, cool. Now let's go inside that. And this is the first thing that you will see when you like jump inside a collection. So you have the following. You have your text options in here. You have your layout options. So if you want to add a separator or if you just want to add a space, or two column means you will be able to like add two column tool. So you can add a media here, or you can add a tool here. Or if you want, you can add like a video on this part. So as you can see, there's a lot of uses for that, but it just gives you a way to be able to like be able to enter some of these like blocks into a two-column layout. So let's just delete this. And then you have your media blocks. So this is where you can add your image or video, and then your interaction block if you want to add a call to action button. So if I kind of like want to add click here to book a demo or something like that, this is where you can put the label and also enter your button URL. So I'll show you guys how I will build my collections. So let me just delete this. First thing that I do is I make sure there's aesthetically pleasing graphics that I add, and make sure that it looks great and not super simple. So I try to make it as much as possible to look like a landing page. As you can see, this is the first thing that I'll add in here. Um, and then the title would be right there. And then the subtitle, and then let me just enter title that I would put in here. Okay. And then make sure to hit save. And then for the subtitle field, so just a bit of a description on what this tool is all about. Now, if we click inside here, click for properties, you can click to add an image. And as you can see, I have this like graphic that I designed using Canva. So this is just a template that I used. And then click upload. And then I usually, okay, let's just see. Okay, so as you can see, it's so small, right? You can actually adjust that using the maximum height. You can make it to 650. Okay, I think that looks good. I mean, it's like, yeah, I think the sizing is good for that. So let's make sure that is saved. And then next, so this is the first thing that they will see, right? Now let's add a separator right here. And then I guess I'll be using the tools now. So this is where you can select the tools that you have built inside AskSpot. It can be a Canva, it can be a canvas, it can be a chatbot, it can be a spotlight or an IntelliForm. So you have an option for your grid layout to be one column. So that means you can only select one tool to showcase in here, or you can use two columns. So you can select two columns. That means two tools that you can add and three. So for this one, let me just select this. And then as you can see, it says here, grid columns are not supported on mobile. So that means when you like open this up on your mobile, you only see one column at a time. So you only see one tool at a time. And then here's your default button text. So this will be used across all of the tools unless you like change this and specify it. And then you have your button styling right here, the more settings for the button. You can select the width that you want, can be default, half width, full width. You can have your button alignment change, the box shadow if you kind of like want more effect in there. And then this is the tool type. So usually chatbot, I select this when I'm selecting AI bots, spotlights, canvas, and then IntelliForm is when I'm selecting IntelliForms. So let me just add the first one that I need in here. I think I have an SOP manual that I built before. So let me just make sure to add that. You can type in the title, or if you want, you can just simply scroll down right here on the tools that you have inside your account. All right, and then if you select that, so you'll see you have one tool selected. You'll be asked if you want to upload an image or a video, and then the title, the description, and also the specific button text if you want. You can leave this empty if you want, because you already have a default in here. Now let's make sure to upload an image first, and then let's get that in there. Cool. Okay, there you go. And then let's just change the description to that and make sure that is saved. All right, so this is how it looks like. How about let's do it in one column. Okay, there you go. Or maybe let's do it in two columns, but let's put it at the center. There you go. Awesome. It looks like this. And then next, let's drag and drop another tool. Let me just make sure to put a separator in between the tools. And then let's add our next AI tool, which is the employee training assistant or the employee training portal. AI employee training portal. There you go. Now let's upload an image. Same thing as we did earlier. And click upload. Okay. Next, let's go down and make sure to add our own description. All right, there you go. Next thing, let's add another tool for internal use, which is an applicant screener in IntelliForm. So let's click inside, make sure that's at the center. So that's going to be an IntelliForm, and I'll just type in the title. And down here, you can also upload the image that you want. Let me just make sure that is added. Upload. And all right. Now let's put the tool description and make sure that's saved too. So this is how it looks like now. So as you can see, let's change the button like styling in here. Let's change the background color. Let's make sure it's similar to our branding. There you go. Change that too. Change this one too. And just make sure that this is saved. All right, now I think one last thing that we can do is add a CTA. So let's do that down here. Let's add maybe a title. Want this built out for your teams. Want this internal AI tools built specifically for you and your team. Click on the button below. And then we'll add like a book a demo button right here. So we'll be using this like that. A demo. There you go. And then let's just put whatever button URL we put in there. Change this to maybe color is good. Yeah, there you go. Awesome. So that's how it looks like. If you want, you can also like change the button width right here. The button radius. Let's make it circle. And then let's make this large. Or maybe, yep, let's make it large. Awesome. So here's how it looks like. And let's make sure that's saved. Okay, so now let's take a look at what we built. Okay, so far, here's how it looks like. Here's the branding. You can definitely change this to your own branding. You can even add your logo in here. And then when they scroll down, they'll actually be able to click on it and try it out. You can see, click on it, try it out. And then the applicant screener IntelliForms, so they can just click on it and try it out. If they click on book a demo, they'll be redirected to that. And that's how a collection works. I'll show you guys the additional settings that I do when it comes to using collections. So as you can see, this is where you can add your own branding. You can add your own logo. You can change the alignment. And then here on the share settings, this is pretty cool because you can generate links for whoever you want to show this collection to or this page to. And then you can also set their usage limit. So at least you'll be able to kind of like set up like a limit on how many times you want them to be able to use the bots that you have inside this collections that you build. So you can create one, or you can create a link for client number one, then set their usage limit to maybe I'll just give them 50 just to give them a chance to like try it out. Generate link. So as you can see, if you give them this link, and then they start using any one of these tools, first time they click on this and like kind of like start conversing with the tool, that's going to be usage one. And then you also have an option here to turn their access on or off. So you can turn the tool access on or off. You can change or update the usage limit that they have, or you can just simply delete that for them. And if you want, you can also add your own password. So whoever visits this collection right here, they'll have to enter a password. So let's try it out. Save changes. Now let's try to preview it again. So as you can see, this collection is protected. Enter your password. So let's enter the password that we added. And now we have access. So yep, that's the whole idea. And individually, these are like, pretty simple builds, but when you group them into like a collection, it starts it can start to feel like a full system that you can actually present or even hand off to a client. So if you're already like building bots, you've been importing bots from our live help sessions, this is an easy way to package what you're doing into something that looks a lot more structured and a lot more valuable. So yeah, that's how it works. Let me know if you guys have any questions of this collection in the chat, or if you have any questions on anything that you've been building inside AskSpot. Okay, so there's no way to share a collection. So I'll just give you guys a link to this. And you can also, of course, review it always on our recordings that we post inside school. So I don't think there's a way to kind of like duplicate it. But yeah, there's also other like collections like that we built. This one's for a local AI tools. So mostly this is for boosting community business. Oh, yeah, it's password protected. Let's remove that. That's weird. We want to protect this page. No. Okay, now let's try to open that again. See here. Okay, there you go. So save changes, and you should be able to preview the page now. And as I was showing earlier, there's a bunch of other like collections that we've built. So this one mainly is for helping a local business. As you can see, these are like collection of tools that can help a local business. And then this other one, it's for a food and beverage brand engagement toolkit. So you have these tools right here that you can use. And what's else? I think we also have one for a dental clinic. There you go. There's a lot of niche that you can do for this. You can build AI agents, AI systems that can help them with their business. And then this one's for a real estate brokerage, actually. And then you have your welcome video. So that's it. Any last question before we wrap up the call? Right, I think everyone's good for Tuesday's live help sessions. I always appreciate you guys joining, and I hope everyone, was able to get something valuable today. And thank you so much. Have a great day.